Session.
Welcome to the Town of Southwick Board of Appeals meeting on February
26.
26th.
I think.
It's 7 p.m. This meeting is being recorded and it's a hybrid meeting being recorded on Zoom. And in attendance, we have Paul Gregoire, Dan Tobias, Mike Parent, Bill Liss, Chris Mastriani, and Lindy Cordero. No one absent tonight. We have just some paperwork and some other informal discussions to talk about. We have minutes from the meeting on January 8th to review and approve, so if everybody can dig into that and then we can talk about any issues that we see in that.
Get back to this. Okay.
Anyone want to make a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept the minutes
Yeah,
for
motion to
January
accept the
8th.
minutes, and we have a second. All in favor of accepting the minutes from January eighth?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The minutes are accepted with a few
Correction.
a few typo corrections that you want me to take care of. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Just for the benefit that everybody hasn't read or heard what the decision that we wrote up for this denial. I'll just read you what the decision was. On the 8th day of January 2024, the Board of Appeals of all members present found that we weren't all members here, but
Voting members.
voting members present found that the application presented by Blue Sky Builders was not allowed by the town and denied based on bylaw chapter blah, blah, blah. The decision that we wrote has three parts. The board denied the application based on bylaw chapter 185-30.1 residential common driveways, specifically section D1 and E13. The board upheld the building inspector's determinations on both March 7th, 2023 and November 28th, 2023. Saying that the lot is not buildable due to the common driveway bylaw. The decision by the board is consistent with its opinion regarding the application filed on March 23rd, 2023, and discussed at a meeting on April 24th, 2023, for the same property. No new supporting information was presented that would justify a different decision. So that's what we said in the official paperwork. So
So long.
I guess Wendy talked to Mr. Smith, and maybe you can just get us caught up on what that conversation was.
Yeah, he just called today. He was looking for a copy of this decision. And he was expressing his interest to put on either a garage or a barn on the property. And he has already submitted something to the planning board, but they have not really even reviewed it yet. So that's all the conversation I had with him. The planning board was gonna be in contact with him. So,
I don't know what the planning board would do any different than the building inspector.
Well, maybe a special permit. Maybe he's requesting a special
Yeah.
permit. That's all I can think of.
But depending what he wants to do, he's gonna need access.
Well,
So you it's gonna go right back, to the same circle, but,
It's not a buildable lot.
right.
You cannot put up an auxiliary building either.
A shed? Or garage?
Not
Without a foundation, though, right? If it's not building, you can't put anything in the ground, but because the wetlands is the biggest issue.
I don't know.
Well, maybe the Crepe House tried it.
I don't think that's
I know,
the basis.
Yeah.
You have to be in the ground with the
yeah.
foundation. You're still putting up a structure.
yeah, I'm not sure what he hopes to gain by doing that, saying if he puts something up, he's gonna be able to say that it's a buildable lot because I built something on it. Or that now
Or rent
that I
it.
have something there, I should have access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't speculate
but
on
that
what,
shouldn't be, that's not up to us.
it's not,
anyway, so.
it's not up to us, but I will,
Make them back.
I know, that's what,
yeah, that would be my part two of the question.
right.
I'll follow up with John
Yeah.
Goddard to keep an eye on what he's
He's trying to navigate.
what he's trying to figure out, or
Okay.
John will contact me. Okay, so the other question I have is the hypothetically, if there's a court case, that's never happened while I've been on the board, so I was just curious to hear how that process plays out. Does they sue the town? Do they sue the board? Do they sue us?
Well, we have insurance to start with anyway. So they they sue the town
Okay,
and because the board were the ones that denied it, then they would have you testify for the town. And usually what we used to do is we would go sit down with the town attorney and go over the whole thing.
yeah,
And he would always say, don't elaborate on anything. Only answer the question that they ask you
Right.
and don't editorialize
Yeah,
your
I've
answer.
been deposed once, I
Right.
remember, yeah.
I honestly, the last one that we went through, I was on two of them. Last one just went to land court and the decision was overturned and that was that, wouldn't have to do a darn thing.
Oh,
You get notified that you're summons and then they get notified of the decision.
okay, so they.
Unless it goes to
they
something,
are-
have you ever,
Yeah.
you have to be deposed by a town attorney, Ben, or anybody for
they are- they
two
are
land
true.
decisions. I think it's a land decision. If it goes to a building or there may be more detail, but for us, it was denying the zoning.
Many times Westfield
So
would settle
that's fine.
because they didn't want to have it
But
go on and cost them all kinds of money with the attorney.
Mhm,
So oftentimes the reason why they sue you is they hope there'll be a settlement.
right. Which I think is what happened with the Conservation Commission on this exact case.
they went, yeah, they made a deal, but again, I think, I've got to say that's gonna go that level. We have to worry about too much more than the attorneys will take.
Yeah,
Town attorney would
I'm
have
just curious to know how much hassle was involved.
Right.
And, and how time consuming it is.
No.
And-
Not other than sitting down with the attorney and debrief, because the attorney will be representing you,
Right.
us.
Right.
And actually what they did with us is take a deposition. And I never went into court. It
Yeah.
was
Okay.
just a deposition.
They may even just take our decision.
You said that there's nothing like that happened when you were on, since you've been on the board. I think you were on when Klein Road, 5 acres. They wanted to split it in half. But the law said they had to have a certain width, and
Mhm.
the guy who lived on the right side, the cop from Westfield,
Mhm. I remember it.
okay,
I remember it well.
I think-
I don't know.
maybe
I
Chris.
think Judy was still on, to be honest with you. I don't know if
Yeah.
Chris made it. It was back
It
a
doesn't
ways.
sound familiar to
No.
me, but.
Yeah.
Well, there was,
it-
he
it-
took it to court.
And he won.
We never heard
Right.
anything about it, but he won.
Yeah. He got his variance
Okay.
to build on it, but it wasn't much, Paul. Was it like 8 feet or something or 10 feet?
Oh, even less, I think.
Yeah, but it was negligible, but it
Just
was
that
still,
it had to be
You know.
200
right. Frontage for each.
frontage.
No,
One was
they
short.
have
Since the
to.
lot went
the
like
lot-
that,
Back,
Yeah.
yeah, because it narrowed in the back.
right,
That's
Correct.
where the problem was, yeah.
right.
To build-
where
to
the
get a
building
mean
was gonna be,
dimension.
You needed 200 feet there.
So-
and couldn't get it.
Like I said, I mean, it rarely will we,
No, I'm-
we'll learn much more than, hey, they went to court and they won or lost. or
And I
whatever.
assume that the,
Yeah.
that the.
It's not like a Gotti trial or
That the
anything.
the time lag for all this to happen must be pretty long. So.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
okay.
Yep.
The only other thing I had was I was looking up, which board members are expiring in this, in 2024. It's not till the end of June, but I thought I'd just throw it out there that Mike and Dan, both the associate members must be on a yearly basis.
Hey.
So, you two are gonna have to reapply and.
Write a letter.
Weren't we just reappointed?
Well, yeah, this is for June. of-
It was last year.
So it's
Okay.
it's every year, I guess, for the associate members.
Right.
And my term
This is three.
is up in 2024, so I'll have to go through that process.
Mine's 26, right?
Bill is 26, Paul is 25,
Mhm.
and Wendy is it says a lifetime.
Lifetime. You're
You can't do it
you're like a Supreme Court justice.
Do we just write a letter like
Lifetime
the
or no
last
chance of
letter that
parole.
we wrote?
I'm
To the select board.
Just write a letter to the select
Right.
board.
If you're interested,
Yeah.
yeah, that you want to be
Yeah,
reappointed.
And when is this all? This is
Now.
June?
June.
It's up in June,
Yeah.
but they'll do it. Even if it doesn't happen in June, they'll do it in August
I would
usually.
wait.
Oh, then never-
It's not gonna be on time.
I would wait until the 1st of June.
You're right.
You know, put a little tickler on your
But-
calendar and
But
say.
what I've learned, what they've done different is when you reapply, they actually have you come in. And they may ask you some questions.
So
So,
when you reapply.
yeah, I had to go down and,
Well, we went
They asked
before the board, the two of us.
right?
And they asked us a couple
Yeah,
questions.
exactly. I mean, it's just a point of order, I guess, but, and then they do their blessing, So, but like I said, that might happen, if you guys are June, it probably wouldn't happen till August or September,
Oh, yeah,
to be honest with you, so.
yeah, I just.
I wouldn't worry, but
I
I'd
just
probably
have to-
put it on a note somewhere just to submit something prior to then it's on record. So,
So would that be a formal application, which I filled out?
no, you'd write a letter.
You know, just, yeah, I don't know if.
To the select board, we're saying your interest is to be reappointed to the Board of Appeals. And your term is up, whatever, you put the date,
Yeah,
and then you just submit it to the office and then they'll get it on their agenda.
So when is our?
So I think, what is the dates? Just so you have the date right, it's June,
Expires June 30th.
June 30th,
2024.
I think you both, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so June
June
30th,
30th seems to be the,
and that's the
Okay.
day you want to put on there. So if they go after, then you're covered. Cause they will.
oh, yeah, it usually doesn't happen until,
They'll do, when's the fiscal? Is that September? Fiscal for the town,
This one.
yeah,
July.
cause they do a lot of budget meetings and stuff, and then that takes, that's the back seat till they,
July.
yeah, so they catch up after
July.
that, so that's why June, you're not gonna see anything until probably fall, cause they're gonna be busy with everything else. So,
okay.
maybe Jason superintendent,
Any new business?
so,
No, I haven't heard anything from that Lakemont address, so.
which one's that, is this?
Yeah.
So somebody in Lakemont wanted to, they bought the property and the cottage that was on it was fallen down, they couldn't save it.
Yep.
So they're looking to put a house on the property, but they may be outside the original footprint, because it's a tiny little thing.
Number two,
Is it too Lakemont? Okay, oh, so you know,
I'll have to,
okay.
exclude myself, I sold it,
So they were still in the drawing up some plans kind of phase, but,
yeah, I know they are,
okay. all
they
right.
go up.
So you don't want to be seen here, I guess, when.
No, I don't care. I mean, I get the idea that the foundation was, they had a hard time finding the rest of the foundation. That was why he's saying, hey, do we just do this? Cause it's within the boundary, but they can't have they don't have an exact like where it was.
But is it a real foundation? Is it one of those cinder block?
I think it was block. Yeah, it was gone, So it's hard for evidence, right? But yeah, I know all about it. And like I said, I have to recuse if it comes to us because I was directly involved.
Does that footprint thing apply to a voluntary destruction or just, I know what it was.
It was condemned. I know it was condemned, so they had to tear it down.
Oh.
But it was done years ago,
Oh, okay.
so, but yeah. I don't think it's gonna be much, really, and it would look, I hope, where the lot is, where the,
No, I don't like that. I
on
remember.
the, on the corner where the bar is, the rail trail.
Yeah.
Lakemont's like,
Oh,
and it's the
Yeah,
first lot,
we had another one on Lakefront.
yeah,
Road.
exactly,
Yeah, that was another one.
so that was one of the access, remember?
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is pretty clean, but if they go up, it actually get a view. Cause it'll be above the tree line, cause it goes down, Lakemont kind of goes down.
And they're not
Did they
gonna
block
block
anything?
anybody.
No, because there's nobody around, there's nobody there, the next one's down the street, so it's like down, so they'd be above them.
Okay,
And the other one's corner is the street, so it's woods and then the street,
okay.
I know about that one, sorry.
Okay, so that's possible, but other than that, there's nothing new, so, I guess we can, entertain an adjournment.
I will put a motion to adjourn,
Have a motion to
Second.
adjourn,
it's been seconded,
and we have a second, everyone in favor?
aye,
Aye, okay, that's it.
all right, boom.